Hey, howdy, hello, welcome back. I'm Chrissy, and today I thought it would be fun. I just got back from the art supply store, and so I thought it would be fun to do a little art haul, and I can show you guys what I got from the art store. If you didn't know, I would consider myself an artist. I mostly do acrylic paintings. Yeah, and then obviously I do a bunch of like DIY and crafting stuff. That has been the other portion of the videos that I have put on the internet. I do have a website. It's called anthroartco.com, and it has a bunch of prints and original paintings. And so if you're at all interested, go ahead and check out that website. Anyway, I went to this store called H.R. Meininger Company in Denver on Broadway. It was really cool. It was the first time I had been there. It reminded me a lot of the Guyries that I've been to around Denver, and I'm sure that it's similar to like a Blick store, but I've never been inside of a Blick, so it was pretty cool. I spent about $111. I had a $75 gift certificate that I used, so I only spent like $36, which was really nice. I didn't get a ton of stuff. I kind of stocked up on some acrylic paint colors that I am not in desperate need of, but I'll need pretty soon. I got, well, we'll just get into it. I can't spoil it for you. Andy. Hi. So here it is. Everything fit inside of this brown paper bag. So like I said, not an amazing haul, but we're gonna go ahead and get started. To start with, I got 2 brushes. I really like this specific set, this Princeton Snap brushes. They're not super expensive. I've seen these at Guyries, so I have a couple of them. I really like them. I also am really digging the long paintbrushes. I used to work at a paint and sip art studio, and we had really long brushes, and so it feels really like nice to just be like apparently I've heard that when you hold your brush on like the back end, it makes your strokes a little bit looser, a little bit more organic, so that's cool. I also love, I got this number 12 round brush. I'm obsessed with how thick this handle is. This feels like it's gonna be so much fun to paint with. Even though I would not say that I necessarily go towards such a large round brush while I'm painting, I think it's gonna be a blast because it just feels really nice. And then this one is a number 4 flat brush. Super stoked about them. This large brush, it was $8.59, and then this smaller brush was $3.69. So I think that's pretty good. Next, we'll go into the acrylic paint that I got. This was more just me stocking up on some paints that I will need in the near future. The first is less of a paint color, and it's a medium. So I got matte gel medium. This isn't actually something I would say that I use in my art. I thought it would be interesting. I use a lot of water when I'm painting. I mix my paints with water all the time to either thin them down or keep them the consistency that I want them to be. And I thought that this would be interesting to try. I think it's supposed to thicken paint, which is the opposite of what I'm trying to do. But apparently it also slows dry time, which is pretty ideal, honestly. Acrylic paints dry so fast that the time that you have to blend something is so minimal. We'll see how this goes. This cost $8.59, so the same price as the brush. I got 3 paint colors that I will need soon. They're not completely out, but they're on the list of things that will be expiring soon. Well, actually, I don't have a raw sienna color right now. I have a burnt sienna color, and then I have a raw umber or burnt umber color. Basically 2 other browns, but I kind of wanted this lighter tanner color. I've seen variations of raw sienna that are basically like my skin color, maybe a little bit darker. And I was kind of looking for something like that, but then I was like, well, I guess it doesn't hurt to have a darker color because I can mix white with it anyway, so that's why I got Raw Sienna. And then I got this cadmium red medium hue. So this is primary red. I don't think it's technically the primary red anymore, but when you think of primary red in like elementary school, this is the red that comes to mind. I have darker reds. I have more like scarlet colors, and then I have like magenta pink colors, but I thought it would be nice to have just plain red. And then finally, I got cadmium orange hue because I'm almost out of the orange color that I have right now. I find it a little bit difficult to mix a nice bright orange color with the paint colors that I have currently, and so I thought it would just be easier to get paint color. And these are each, they're 4-ounce containers, which generally lasts me a decently long time because I don't paint huge paintings all the time. I paint them sometimes, but not all the time. These were each $7.09 a piece. The next grouping of items that I got are some acrylic gouache colors. I have never painted with gouache, and I've seen a lot of people painting with gouache, and so I thought it might be fun to try. And so I got these just like Holbein acrylic gouaches, which I have seen a bunch of people use. I'm sure you might recognize that if you watch people on the internet. So I was going to get like a set of paints, but that was gonna be a little expensive. And so instead I just kind of made my own set. I got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and brown. And white. They had like a 40 milliliter container of purple paint. But seeing as though I've never used these paints before, I didn't want to like jump off into the deep end and get 40 milliliters of purple, which is not a color that I use straight out of the tube. I always mix my purple. I don't even think I have a purple acrylic paint. But I was kind of going for the primary colors, and then I got orange and green because I thought it was fun. And so I got, all of them are 20 milliliters, and I got vermilion. Get my face out of there. I got a cerulean hue, light yellow, and then I got an olive color. I really like this green color, and I think that I could probably get a green color like this from blue, yellow, and white, and probably a little bit of brown, but I thought it was just kind of fun to buy it. I also got orange yellow. Again, this is like a brighter orange, I would say, than your like typical orange, but those are the oranges that I gravitate towards while I'm mixing with orange. Then I got raw umber because they were out of burnt umber, which is a darker brown color that I prefer to use, and titanium white. So yeah, a whole set of these guys, and we'll see. Like I said, I've never painted with gouache before. I have also never, well, I shouldn't say I've never painted with watercolor. I've painted with watercolor, it's just not been a good time. I'm not a very patient person in general, and I know that with watercolor you kind of have to do like light layers and layer up, and it's just a different technique that I'm not super used to, and again, I like the results that I get with acrylic paints, so I'm not super worried about it. But I've heard that this is like a mixture between acrylic and watercolor, and so I thought it would be really interesting to try. I think the difference between, is it regular gouache or is it designer gouache? Between, we're gonna call it regular gouache and the acrylic gouache, is that this stuff, the acrylic gouache, is not reactivated with water, which is super similar to acrylic paint. So we'll see. Those cost $6.89 each, and I got 7 of them. And last but not least, I got this gesso board. I have also seen folks using this, and so I thought to try it out I would get just the 5x7 pack of flat gesso board panels. So yeah, they're 1/8 of an inch thick. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, come back for more. I'm here on an irregular basis, but always happy to see you. Have a great day. Bye!